Check it.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we are playing Need for Speed, and today's topic of discussion is this RSR. So if anyone who's played Need for Speed will know that this RSR is the most OP car in the game for circuit races, for sprint races, for actual competitive racing, not drifting, but actual racing. This is the best car you can get. It doesn't get much better than the Porsche RSR. But recently, I've been on a bit of a journey to find a car which is better than this. So as you look at my garage, you can see my two drift cars in the middle. I've got the 911 and the Huracan, and those are my drift cars. And I've got the R32, and then I've got the Diablo on the far left. Now, the R32, really, that's my dream build. That's the car I actually want in real life. That's something completely different. I've made that good. I made it suit me. You know, naturally, the R32, it's not an amazing car in this game. Naturally, I'd say it's more of a drift car. But I've suited it to make it a circuit car. But when you're trying to make a car OP and you try to find a car which is made for circuit racing, it should already really be that way. Now, the Diablo, it's a different story. The Diablo was a car I literally built last night, the wrap and all. So if you want to go ahead and download that on Xbox One, you can. But this was a car that I quickly made last night, and then I soon came to the realization that this car is actually insane, like Porsche killing insane. Now my tune isn't perfect, I will show you it. My tune isn't perfect, it does suffer from understeer at certain points, and I'm not gonna lie, that can be a hindrance. Sometimes the back end doesn't slide out, understeer is always an issue, and honestly, there's a lot of improving which can be done to that tune. But as for a basis to create a 911 killer, it's freaking awesome. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and talk about the Diablo and just explain a few reasons as to why I think this is a 911 killer. And then I'm going to pose a question to you guys. I'm going to pose a question to you guys to see if you can do it better. So the car itself, it's very good. I only really suffer from the understeer in certain situations, and it's not really something I can explain. It's more something you kind of need to experience to understand. But it's a very good car. In terms of comparing it to the 911, on the straight line, the acceleration isn't as great because the 911 is the best accelerating car in this game without a doubt. But through the corners, I would say it's a bit more tail happy in a good way. You know, the 911 is very gripped to the ground and you won't really get it kicking out. It's a kind of a pendulum in that aspect of things. But this, it drifts in a good way to the way you can control it. That understeer is controllable in drifts. And I know that's a bit weird to say, understeer in drifts isn't an oversteer. Isn't that what causes a drift? Okay, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But in the sense of Need for Speed, I'm talking more in the sense that when you are drifting, Jesus Christ, yeah, it can be used to your advantage. Like there, you can see it doesn't really want to kick out anymore. It's like an understeer within a drift, if that makes any sense at all. I'm sure some people are going to be catching my vibe. But basically, that leads you to do some pretty mad things when you are on straights. For fuck's sake, leave me alone. But anyway, that leads me on to what I was about to say, which is, this is where I want you guys to come in. So at the moment, I'm at Angel at Redline. If you don't know where that race is, it's there on the map. I want you guys to get a Diablo and see if you can get a better time than what I'm about to set in this video. And I want you guys to share your tune, video responses, all that kind of shit, you know, video responses, tweets. I want to see it all come in because I'm legitimately interested to see if this can kill the Porsche. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and race this bitch and see if we can get a solid time. Now, this race kind of really plays to the Porsche's strengths. The Porsche strengths are acceleration, straight line speed, and basically going around the corners really fast. That is what the Porsche really plays to. But the Diablo, it's a bit of a different story. The Diablo excels where the Porsche doesn't, and that is going around the corners in a drift fast. And oh my, when you control the drifts in the way that this thing does, you will only just increase with power on the exit of the drift. I swear to God. And look at these short corners. You don't get much more cleaner than that. The Porsche slows right the way down, but this, you can take, you know, the lower speed corners very fast. That is something which the Porsche can simply not do. Now, as I said at the start of this video, It isn't a perfect tune, and I haven't claimed it to be, and I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to do a better job, you know, when, you know, you're tuning the Diablo. Shit, I need to concentrate. But as a starting point for something great, I still believe if there's one car which can beat the Porsche, it is this Devil. Okay, I'm starting the race because you're a prick. But honestly, guys, I really do encourage you guys to use the tune I'm using at the start of this video and just build upon that, because I do think it's a good basis to make something great. The time I'm setting right now is probably it's probably very beatable, to be honest. But I just want to see if you guys, you know, can really get a good time on this track with the Diablo, because I just think it's up there with one of the best cars in the game for me. It's the way it attacks corners, it's the way it can dodge traffic, it's the way it just acts. It acts like no other car I've used in the game. Just the way it enters drifts, the way it can just like gracefully just get round corners, and it doesn't even sweat. It still really baffles me that I've only found this car now. Like, I've only really started experimenting with the Diablo now. I mean, as well as that, the straight line power isn't that bad. It's mainly kind of more focused towards top speed, but the acceleration isn't awful. But anyway, my time is 2 minutes and 43 seconds. If you guys can beat that time, and, you know, if you guys can find a car which is better than the Porsche, tweet me, you know, email me if you want to. You know, YouTube video replies, if that's even still a thing, I don't know. Do whatever you need to do, but let me know, because I'm really interested to see if you guys have found a Porsche killer. I've heard that the Evo is quite good, I've heard the M2 is quite good, and I can vouch for the M2, is quite good. But for me, I think my 911 killer is right here, and honestly, when I get neons, this thing's gonna look really nice. I'm not gonna lie. But that's been it for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed, hit the like, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.